Hi students, in this video we're going to learn how to solve linear equations, and the problem sums are mainly from assignment 5A. Let's look at the first question. What does solving each of the following equation means to you? We have 3 minus 7y equals to negative 12. So by solving this equation means I need to find the value for y. Let's examine this equation first. 3 minus 7y, it's on the left-hand side of the equation. Why is this an equation? Because I have an equal sign in the middle, and then negative 12 on my right-hand side. So if I have something on the left-hand side equals to something on the right-hand side, that constitutes an equation. So to solve it is to find the value for this variable y. Let's look at how many terms we have in this equation. We have 3, negative 7y. Look how I circle it. I don't just circle 7y. I circle negative 7y. The sign in front of 7y, it's important. The next term will be negative 12. Another thing to remember is 3, it's actually positive 3. But we don't usually put the plus 3, the plus sign there. But it's understood that the meaning for 3 means positive 3. Or any positive number, 5, it means positive 5. So if you look at this equation, there are 3 terms there. Okay, there are 3 terms. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid individual term. And because we're going to make the variable y on the left-hand side, we are not going to get rid of negative 7y. We're going to get rid of 3 instead. So like what I've mentioned earlier on, 3 means positive 3. So to get rid of it, I need to do the opposite action, which is subtract it. And because we're solving an equation, whatever you do on the left-hand side, remember you have to do the same actions on the right-hand side. Right, so the next step will become negative 7y equals to negative 12 minus 3. And negative 12 minus 3 will give you negative 15. Right, so the next step is I want to find 1y. Because I want to find the value for 1y. So what does negative 7y means to you? Yes, negative 7y means negative 7 times y. And to get rid of your negative 7, we just need to divide by negative 7 on both sides. So that your negative 7 divided by negative 7 gives you 1. So that you have 1 times y. And negative 15 divided by negative 7 will just give you 15 over 7. And so 1 times y is y. And you can leave your answer as improper fraction, which is 15 over 7. Or as a mixed number, which is 1, 8. Oh, no, sorry. 5, 6, 7. 15 minus 7. Oh my god, I failed my math. Yeah, 8. Huh? Seven times 2, 14. Oh my goodness. sorry. 2, 1 over 7. Okay, 7 times 2, 14 plus 1, 15. Yeah. Okay, so that's how we solve this question. Right, let's look at the next question. So we have 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms, and 4 terms. All right, so since I'm going to find the values for x, I'm just going to leave 4x alone on the left-hand side, and I'm just going to get rid of negative 10 first. So to get rid of negative 10, I just need to add 10 to both sides. And this equation will become 4x equals to 5x plus 7 plus 10. So plus 7 plus 10 will give you positive 17. All right. And we can clearly see that I have 5x on the right hand side. So I have to group all the terms, all the x term, all the terms that has the variable x together. So you think of it this way. Think of this way, like you have some friends on the left and some friends on the right, and you want to put all your friends on the left side. So what do? Correct, you have to bring the friends on the right hand side over, right? So 5x means positive 5x. 5x means positive 5x. So we do the opposite of it. We minus 5x on both sides. Okay? And what do we end up with? So we have 4x minus 5x. A smaller number, subtracting a bigger number, 4x minus 5x. So that gives you negative x. And 5x minus 5x will just give you 0. So 0 plus 17 is 17. All right, so I have a negative there, and I don't want it. So what does negative x means to you? Yes, negative x means negative 1 times x. And hence, to get rid of a negative 1, you just divide by negative 1 on both sides. And we get x equals to, and what is 17 divided by negative 1? Yes, it's none other than negative 17. All right, so how do you know that your answer is correct? We can actually do a check. So how do I do a check? I'm just going to substitute x equals to negative 17 into 4x minus 10. So that is my left-hand side, right? Okay, so I'm going to substitute x equals to negative 17 into 4 bracket negative 17 minus 10. And that gives you negative 78 on the left-hand side. Let's look at the right-hand side. So right-hand side, I have 5x plus 7. So I'm going to substitute x to be negative 17. X to be negative 17. So 5 bracket negative 17 plus 7. Let's see what we get as the answer. And yes, of course, we get negative 78. So therefore, our answer x equals to negative 17. It's correct because it satisfies the equation. Right, let's look at the next question. So for this questions, we have to do some expansion. And what does it involve? Yes, it involves the distributive law. And what is distributive law? Supposing if you have a bracket x plus y, I'm not too sure if you remember how we do that. We can expand it to get a bracket x plus a bracket y gives you ax plus ay. So we're going to expand both terms. So we will have 5 bracket b plus 5 bracket 6. Remember what we said early on regarding this number 5? 5 is just positive 5. So it's actually positive 5 times b plus positive 5 times 6. Positive 2 times 3b plus positive 2 times negative 4. And so that will give you 5b plus 30 equals 6b minus 8. And this is similar to what we have done earlier on, remember? So we have 4 terms here. What are they? 5b, positive 30, 6b, negative 8. So we're going to eliminate positive 30 first. And how do we do it? Yes, we subtract 30 on both sides of the equation. So we would end up having 5b equals to 6b. Negative 8 minus 30, what does it give you? Yes, it gives you negative 38. All right. And we have some terms that involving b, 6b on the right hand side. We need to group all the terms that contains the letter b together. So how do we get rid of 6b on the right hand side? Yes, we subtract minus 6b on both sides. So 5b minus 6b, what does it give you? Yes, it gives you negative b. And on the right hand side, I'm only left with negative 38. And what does negative means to you? It means negative 1 times b. And how do I get rid of the negative? Yes, divide by negative 1 on both sides. And we will have b equals to 38. And if you want to check if your answer is correct, you can just carry out the steps that we have done earlier on. Substitute into the left hand side, substitute to the right hand side, and make sure that the answer for the left equals to the right. Okay, let's look at the next one. Right. So this one involved a fractional coefficient. Negative 2 over 5 is a fraction. So that is called a negative coefficient. What's a coefficient? Coefficient is just basically the number in front of the variable. So in this case here, if you have 2x, let's say. So 2 is the coefficient of x. It's just basically the number in front of the variable. Right, so there are 3 terms there. 15, negative 2 over 5y, and 11. And since we're going to solve this equation, means we're going to find the values of y, we're just going to get rid of 15 first. So how do I get rid of 15? 15 means positive 15. So to get rid of it, I subtract 15 on both sides. So that will give me negative 2/5 y. Okay, be very careful. Be careful of what? Of this negative sign here. Not to forget it, okay? Right. So 11 minus 15. What does 11 minus 15 gives you? Negative 4, yes. Okay. And what does negative 2/5 y means? it means negative 2/5 times y. And so to get rid of my negative 2/5, I just divide by negative 2/5 on both sides. So that will give me y equals to negative 4 divided by negative 2/5. Well, you can just easily use a calculator, but otherwise, if you want to do it manually, negative 4, change the division sign to positive, flipped the fraction, and that basically just gives you 10. All right, and we can easily substitute 10 into the equation to see if it satisfies the equation. All right, so we have done quite a few questions already, which means that your concepts now are firmer, so we can speed up a bit. Otherwise, most of you will be falling asleep before the video ends. So we're going to expand this guy here, leaving your negative 1 on the right hand side. So we have 3 bracket 5, positive 3 bracket 5, positive 3 bracket negative h, negative 2 bracket h, negative 2 bracket negative 2 equals negative 1. So I would have 15 plus times negative gives you negative 3h, negative 2h, negative become positive. Right, and let's simplify further. I would have put all the like terms together. 15 plus 4 minus 3h minus 2h equals to negative 1. And I would have 15 plus 4, 19 minus. This will give me negative 5h. All right, so 19 means positive 19. So I'm going to get rid of it. So what is remaining is negative 5h equals negative 20. Negative 5h means negative 5 times h. Right, to get rid of negative 5, divide by negative 5 on both sides. And we have h equals to 4. Let me try to explain to you why in the world of algebra, brackets are very important. Supposing you ask to subtract 4 or 5 minus 8 from 2. Subtract 5 minus 8 from 2. That means you're asked to take 2 minus 5 minus 8. So if I'm going to show you the first scenario. I hope I spelled it correctly. Is it scenario? Where you don't put brackets. So it's just 2 minus 5 minus 8. And what do you get? 2 minus 5 minus 8 actually gives you negative 11, right? If you don't believe me, just use a calculator to work it out. Otherwise, okay, it is lah. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. Negative 3 minus 8 is negative 11. Okay, this is first scenario without bracket. Without bracket. Okay, so the second scenario, it's with bracket. So it means I take 2 minus bracket 5 minus 8. Okay, because there are 2 terms here, so bracket it. So that gives me 2 minus 5. Oh, okay, wait. You can just simplify what is inside the bracket first, right? 5 minus 8 would just be negative 3. So negative and negative become positive, gives you 5, right? So which one is the correct answer? Which one is the correct answer? Okay, let's see. 5 minus 8. What is 5 minus 8? 5 minus 8, isn't it equals to negative 3? And if we're going to subtract negative 3 from 2, we are saying take 2 minus 3, right? So 2 minus 3 is basically 5, which is the second scenario, which is the one that you need to bracket. You see, you need to bracket it, bracket. So that's the reason why every time you see more than 2 terms here, you see this is 1 term, 2 term. Okay, you bracket it before disaster happen. Bracket it first. Okay, so how do you solve these questions? You just have to make the denominator the same. So what do you mean by making the denominator the same? Means to find the lowest common multiple for find LCM for 3y minus 5 and 7. So what is the lowest common multiple for 3y minus 5 and 7? It's just 7 times 3y minus 5. Just like, for example, what is the lowest common multiple for 2 and 3? 6. How do you get 6? 2 times 3. Right, so it's the same logic. So we're going to take this times 7. Oh, just put in front now. And then 4 times 3y minus 5. 7 times 3y minus 5. To be consistent, now put the number in front of your linear term. Okay, so now we see that the denominators are the same. So therefore, the numerators will be the same, right? So we would have 7 bracket 2y plus 1 equals to 4 bracket 3y minus 5. So this is similar to what we have done earlier on. You just expand it. Okay, take away 7 on both sides. Group all your y together. Once you understand the logic, the concepts, right, it can be very fast. Subtract minus 12y on both sides, so gives you 2y equals to negative 27. Divide by 2, so y is negative 13.5. Yeah, okay, so that's how we do it. Right, so let's look at this question. So this question's slightly harder. Why? Because on the left hand side, I actually have 2 terms that contain the variable x. So there's actually no point for me to subtract 10 on both sides. You're just shifting, you know, we need to combine it into a single fraction. So if you do something like that, you're just shifting your x away from the left hand side. Right, so what we need to do is to combine these two into one single fraction. So before we do that, let's bracket this one, like what I've explained earlier on, right? Anytime you see 2 terms, bracket it. And to combine them into single fractions, I would have to make the denominator the same, right, for all the 3 terms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 10x as 10x over 1. Because 10x divided by 1 will just still give you 10x. No change. And I'm going to write 7 as 7 over 1. So write this, the lowest common multiple for all these 3 numbers, 1, 3, 1. Yes, basically the LCM for all these 3 numbers will just be 1 times 3 times 1, which is 3. So just going to multiply by 3 at the denominator, numerator. This one times 1 times 1, this times 3 times 3. Okay, so now I have the same denominator. I can just compare the numerator. So which is just 10x times 3. Okay, 10x times 3 means 10 times x times 3 means 10 times 3 times x. So 10 times 3 is 30. It means 30 times x. It gives you 30x. So this will just be 30x minus bracket 5x plus 4 equals to 7 times 3, 21. So that gives you 30x minus 5x, and negative times positive gives you negative 4. This one here will give you 25x minus 4 equals to 21. And how do I get rid of your negative 4? Yes, add 4 on both sides. So that gives me 25x equals to 25. And to find 1x, just divide by 25 on both sides. And therefore x is equals to 1. And that's it. Okay, let's do the final last questions. So for the final last questions, they are the concepts that we're going to use here is the same as what we've done earlier on. Find the lowest common multiple for 7x minus 4y and 4. So that will just be 4 times 7x minus 4y. So bracket it. So this will multiply by 4. Oh, sorry, for consistency, put a 4 in front. 4 bracket 7x minus 4y. 4 times 7x minus 4y. And 3 times 7x minus 4y. Okay, so now let's compare your numerator. Right, let's expand it. Now we should. You and I are expert already in expansion. See? Expert already. Can do so fast. All right. So what we need to do now is, if we were to examine, we have two variables there, variable x and variable y. So we're not going to find the value for x, not going to find the values for y. No, we're just going to make it a fraction. Make it a fraction. That means basically on my left hand side, it's just going to be x over y only. Okay, on the left hand side, just going to be x over y only. So what we're going to do is we're going to group all your x terms together and all your y terms together. So how do we do it? All right, so I'm just going to get rid of this first. So I'm going to add 20y on both sides. So that gave me 12x equals to 21x minus 12y plus 20y. So that gave me 12x equals to 21x plus 8y. 20y minus 12y is 8y. Okay, so we said we're going to group all your x together, right? So I need to get rid of this 21x on the right hand side. So I need to subtract it. All right, so what is 12x minus 21x? 9, 10, 11, negative 9x. Okay, and remember what we said earlier on my left hand side, it's just going to be x over y. X over y. So I'm just going to divide by, that means I don't want the negative 9 there. Negative 9x means negative 9 times x. So I'm just going to divide by negative 9 on both sides first to get x equals to 8y over, okay, put the negative in front. Okay, this is something that I need to tell you. In the world of maths, this is strange. 8 over negative y is the same as negative 8 over 9 is the same as negative 8 over 9. If you use a calculator, you see you get the same answer for all the three different representation. Right, so it's negative 8y. All right, and then I'm just going to divide by y on both sides because I want x over y on the left hand side. So I need to divide by y, so that this and this is gone. And finally, I have x over y on the left hand side. Gives you negative 8 over 9. Okay, so this is how we solve the last question, and that's it.